Welcome back to Canadians at Kafe Lise, a Vigor podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Anton, and with me is the other host, DJ Spencer.
Hello.
Hello. This is episode 73, and today we're doing the preview of the new season that's coming out just a couple of days after this hits the streams. Um, Chronicles Malediction, season 17. The Halloween kind of themed, a little bit Halloweeny themed season. So it's pretty cool. Really looking forward to it. It really looks fun, and as we go through this, hopefully you'll see a lot of cool stuff that will pique your interest for the new season. They've made a lot of changes. It looks like this year, or this season.
Yep.
Just little things. A lot of there's a lot of little cosmetic stuff, but also a lot of just general gameplay stuff on how some things work. So as we go through it, we'll point them all out and we'll show them to you here. But yeah, it's interesting. Did you have anything you want to say before we get into it, or just should we just get into it?
Uh, yeah, like some of the big things that people may have been wanting to have in this update, but like it was mentioned in the roadmap that they were hoping to get a shelter upgrade in by the end of the year, and the weapon rework. But as of, I think there was a dev stream sometime in June where they mentioned that it was going to get pushed into like next year type thing. So
Yeah,
there's still no definitive timeline, but I'm hoping, next season, so season 18. Um, and then aside from that, comment, share, like, and subscribe.
yeah, absolutely, yes, like he
You
said.
like you like the way I snuck that in there?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome. Before we show the battle pass, should we just show the list of what's new?
yeah, sure.
I have it here, so we'll bring that up. So let's get into that. Um, yeah, so this is just the opening title screen of when you first log in, and it shows you what's new for the season. I really like the new splash screen with the you got the three figures just out there. One and obviously there's like some of the new skins and such you're going to be getting in the season, but it's just a kind of a cool little splash screen as opposed and I thought I didn't like the old splash screens. They were great. It's just a new take on it, and I think it's kind of cool, and it really helps sell the this is coming out right around Halloween, just before Halloween, so I think it sort of helps sell the look, because it almost looks, when you're looking at the when it close up, it almost has a grainy look to it, like you would think from an old horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. So it looks it's really nice. But anyways, that's a splat screen. But they say that um, Malediction arrives to the battle pass. Um, they talk about the new shotgun, the Taiga 21, and we'll show that to you as well. Um, New leaderboard system. So it's gonna be hard to show that, I think, too much, is because um, we don't have the preview build, so I don't know if there's much of a leaderboard in the preview build. So
No, we could show it. So,
again,
it
okay,
it all depends on like games played and whatnot. So I did meet the minimum for games played in shootout and uh encounters, but eliminations, there was issues uh getting on for eliminations, so I wasn't able to actually get any games in. So I haven't actually
okay,
looked at the map itself or the stats. But we can
okay,
talk about that once we get there, because
okay.
I will be able to show off some of the stats anyways.
Oh, good to know. Oh, good. I didn't think we'd even get to do that, so that's awesome. Then they also mentioned that there's the new eliminations map based in Myren, however you want to say it. So that's gonna be fun. Some new. Do you know how many maps are based around it, or
No,
no? Okay.
it just says arenas, so I believe it's going to be multiple. My guess would be like there's one. at the border crossing, and then obviously the new NATO border interior, and then aside from that, maybe there's a few other spots I could think of, but
Sure.
I think those are two of the obvious ones.
Yeah, obvious ones, and we'll see when that releases on Wednesday. But it's great. We knew it was coming because they had mentioned it in a dev stream. But now now it's just official, as official as it can be on a preview build. As we say, it's a preview build. Things can change from now until release. So just as
Yep.
rarely they ever change. I don't think I've ever seen it change, but just in case. Augment your progression with booster tickets. That's a new way of getting boosters now for encounters and in the other game modes. Um, Exits got a little bit of a makeover, so we'll show you that. New, and then there's a few things we can't show. You won't see them until it goes live. The new premium pack,
Yep.
Instigator of Doom. The Civilians Thank Veterans pack, with profits going to the Czech veterans in need.
Yep.
And the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate perk, the Deer Stalker pack. So I'm looking forward to seeing what those look like when it releases.
Yep.
Okay,
Same.
but yeah, we'll go through the battle pass fairly quickly. We'll show you the different we'll show you all the tiers, but we just won't spend too much time on it. We'll show you the different cosmetics though and the new skins, just so you can see what's coming. So let's get to that. Here we go. Take it away.
Okay, so you start off with a Project Rebirth, MK1. So this one, if you guys saw the trailer for the season, this is like the skin where obviously you have like a kind of Dr. Frankenstein type person who basically like gives a mechanical leg uh to the bottom left or below, it's below the knee, I guess, to this person, and there's like a bunch of wires, and there's like a metal spine in the back. So it's kind of neat. Again, like it's a lot of Halloweeny or Halloween-ish
Oh,
inspirations.
we need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weenie. Like what? It's like Frankenweenie the movie, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
The Tim
Uh,
Burton short. Yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, yeah, a lot of it is like Halloweenish, and they did say that a lot of inspirations from this season or for this season came from like horror movies and whatnot, from like even like B movies type thing, including the splash screen too.
Yeah.
That's where they got inspiration from. So yeah, that's the basic skin or the skin for one of the primary skins for this season. You have Bag of Bones, Hollow Gaze. It's a variation of the existing one. There's a little radiation side on one side and a warning, like a biohazard, I think it is, on the other side with the skull. This is actually like a cool variation of the
Goes
Bag of Bones.
backwards.
Oh, is it?
You're talking about, yeah, that's the radiation is yellow.
Okay.
Biohazard is the blue one. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, Next, we have a forensic goggles, a pathologist. Um,
Always
yeah,
like goggles when they come out with neat little goggle sets.
yeah. This does nothing for me, but it's like again, it's like to me, it's like something Halloweenish, like a mad scientist type thing.
It almost has like a cyberpunk feel to it as well, or a steampunk, not cyberpunk, steampunk feel
Okay,
to it.
yeah, I can see that. Next, we have one of the weapon cosmetics for this season, Death Graps. I don't know if you can see it well, Doc, or if
Yep.
our viewers on
Then
YouTube
when you get certain angles,
angles with the
you
light.
see
Yeah.
the light glare off
S-
of it. Yeah.
So there's like a bloody hand and fingerprints on the SG1, which I love it. It's creepy.
It's nice.
It's very nice. And then we have a permanent protection, brand new, and it's like a stitched up helmet with like a bunch of bolts and like some patch metalwork on it, and it kind of looks like there's like it's like the bolts are like bolted into the head because there's like blood coming out from where they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's
Uh,
permanent. It's on there.
yeah, and then you have your first XP booster at 20%.
Yeah, then yeah, it looks like the next we have the scrub cap, which is in used white, so just the kind of caps that, and a little bit. I don't think they use those kind of caps now, but they're a little bit older style surgical cap, I think. Yeah, so they're pretty. That's kind of neat. We got impaired older gauze. So it's just gauze over your eyes, like it's like an eye
Yeah,
covering. That's
it's
kind of
like
cool.
taped up with like band-aid too on the sides, so it's
Yeah,
not even like a full wrap or anything.
yeah. New skin forbidden ciphers for the MGV, and those are kind of cool with the like the little etchings all over it.
Yeah,
Um,
like runes
yeah,
or something, maybe like satanic or something like that.
and you'll see it as we go through the battle passes too. Some of that.
Yeah.
And then a new version of the we've seen this type of bag before, but now it's like the trophy bag, Jorgen, and it's like looks like
Mhm.
stitched skin.
Yeah, there's like stitching on the outside, and it
Yeah,
looks like it's like etched too, like a face.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
pretty cool.
creepy.
And then we get the first level of the battle pass, Malediction 1, Villainous. And then I think on the back is where you start to see some of the etchings. Like here, the first level doesn't really have any; just has the pentagram.
Yeah,
But eventually, we'll see some. Get some crowns and some your first XP boost.
yeah. Uh, Next we have Sadist Mask Green. Yeah, it's like a padded mask.
And it's like a leathery kind of mask
Yeah,
as well. Yeah.
uh, yeah. I guess it's a Sadist Mask. I wouldn't.
A gimp
Uh,
mask almost. It's not a full
yeah,
hood, but it's just the mask. Yeah.
yeah. Then Stitch Hands, Anemic. This is pretty cool. I like it. Like it's just the hands are like, I don't know, cut up and they're like literally stitched all together.
Yeah.
Um, the fingers look like odd, like as if like they're not done, like if they're broken or something or dislocated.
Maybe because they do
Um,
some interesting things with hands later on too. So it could be.
Especially like the pinky and like the one next to the pinky.
Yeah.
But and I don't know if it's like the hue of the background, but it like looks purplish. So I don't know if
Yeah.
the hands are doing well. Uh, Now we have a service extension kit, Army Surplus. So it's very similar to was it 2 seasons
The
ago with
yeah, where they had the tanks on the back. But this
yeah,
one seems to go around to the face too, does it? Or
yeah. There's a
yeah,
mask
okay.
too with it. So it's like there's a warning label that says highly flammable, and there's I guess spray painted letters that say the male appendage too. I guess.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's kind of neat. Actually, this I'm not a big fan of masks altogether, but like the ones in this season, like stuff like this where you could actually see the face through them, I really love these ones.
Yeah. And it's cool when it's actually connected, right? So you have like the
Yeah.
backpack and it connects to the mask. So it's actually it seems like it has a
Yes.
purpose. Yeah.
Next we have the cultist for the Taiga 21, the new fully automated shotgun. Again, there's a bunch of like etchings on it. Um, it's kind of neat, and this is where you get your first Taiga as well at level 14.
Yeah. So you can
Um,
be sure there's probably a challenge where you have to get 99 kills or something with the Taiga. And so yeah.
well, yeah, I went through
I
the
wouldn't be
seasonals, and
surprised.
I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
they probably will have something, but
They
we'll
seem to
see.
always have that. Yeah.
Uh, Field control unit, high voltage. Uh, it's kind of like a field control unit. I feel like we've had that before, and so it's another
Something
variation.
similar. Because we had the one that had the phone. Remember the a few seasons ago. I'm
Yeah,
not sure which season exactly, but it had the phone hook
yeah,
on it for communications. So it has that same kind of vibe, though it is different.
yep.
different enough, anyways. Yeah.
So yeah, and then you get another XP booster. Oh, one thing too, I forgot to mention this. If you look at level 12 of the free tier, you get 3 loadout tickets. So you get one like the free tier, you get, I believe, either one or more tickets of each type of booster ticket this season, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
and that's
So
quite big because uh like in previous seasons, when you finish the season, you'll have collected pretty much the same amount of a little bit teeny bit more crowns than what you paid for the season. But giving you these tickets, that's almost like free crowns too, in a way, because then you're not having, that's like each ticket costs however many crowns for that ticket.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's a pretty good boost. Next at level 16, we got Dead Man's Helmet, True Survivor. Is there? It looks like a standard kind of helmet. Is there anything really special
Yeah.
about it? I guess there's. Oh
Well,
yeah,
there.
there's a bullet holes. Gotcha.
Yeah, that goes right across.
Yeah.
One that goes right across. So
Okay, makes sense. True Survivor. Woo. Then you get Menser face paints.
yeah. So it's just on the right cheek. It looks like
Yeah.
some scrapes or something like that, or like I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't really notice anything else on it aside from that
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Then we get the corroded for the A74 KSU. So we've had rusted, we've had riveted, we've had a few other ones. Now we have corroded.
Yeah. So this one
So just
looks a
a
little further along than rusted,
yeah, yeah.
especially at like the stock and by the trigger.
That's kind
So
of neat. Yeah.
yeah.
For a face mask, Gargoyle's Grin, Ravenous Red. You can definitely see some people are going to be playing around with this one. And then our next Malediction 2, Sinister. And on the back, I think, is where we start to see some of the runes around the outside and even a little bit on the inside. Oh, and there's a
Yeah.
body there too.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, was it Michael or Leonardo da Vinci's? Yeah, I think it,
Uh,
or is it, yeah,
yeah.
or is it Michelangelo? Yeah, but
No.
Leonardo. Yeah, it's
Yeah, Da Vinci, because it's from Da Vinci
Da
Code.
Vinci.
This is
Oh, yeah, yeah. You know how long it's been since the same Da Vinci Code. Okay.
yeah. And then crowns,
And then we
XP
get some
booster.
crowns and XP boost. Yeah.
Then you have the document case classic brown. This one's new. Uh,
Yeah.
it's very basic, but I kind of like it. Like a over shoulder bag, where it's like not a big bag, but you get to like store documents in it, or binders
Yeah.
or something like that. Occultist for the M60E3. Um, Pretty neat. Skull mask to the bone. I think this one's going to be a popular one. But
Yeah.
it's a face mask. It almost reminds me of Star Wars General Grievous a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Just not
I see it.
the breathing apparatus there, but
Yeah.
next we have durable gloves, bromine brown. Um, Now, but they actually go pretty high, and it almost looks like they're clipping. Actually, they are
Yeah.
clipping with the
They
wrists
are
there.
clipping. Yeah.
But yep. Next, we have the another skin from the season, Flesh Sculptor Bloodletter. So this is the person who made that initial skin from the trailer. So the surgical cap from, or the scrub, I forget what it is, scrub cap or whatever from
Yeah.
earlier. That would go perfect with this one. And yeah, it looks like they have all sorts of surgical tools, even a hammer in the front pockets. Uh,
A cleaver flying around on the side. It's going to chop
yeah,
your thumb off.
I,
Yeah.
I I I still love how like
Yeah. The
it
physics
swings
for
around.
some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this
Uh,
outfit actually. I like it quite a bit.
yep. And then you get another 15 XP booster.
And then it looked like you also got some more tickets. We on the free tier back there too.
Yeah, there's always one
Uh
within every 5 levels.
yeah. This one is the next version of the scrub cap for level 26, worn turquoise. Then you get a new wrap and it's like a wrap fist, and it's razor fist, scar maker. So it has that razor wire wrapped around your bandages.
Yep, very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Another version of the tank, the service extension kit, toxic experiment.
Yeah, not sure what it says. Like it says like 8,000 extreme and B2H6.
Hmm.
Maybe someone could tell us. The
Yeah.
front, the mask is actually pretty rusted in the front, so
Mm-hmm.
might be some
Yeah.
toxic stuff.
Another version of Death's Grasp for the para, all the handprints everywhere, and then the next Malediction 3 Diabolical. Yeah, I like these. I really like these badges.
Yeah, and this one doesn't have the person, but
Yeah, no person on this one. Yeah.
but the so like the inscriptions were on the outside on the previous one, and now they're moving in as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
I'm not
true.
quite sure what
Yeah.
they mean, but and then crowns.
More crowns and
XP.
XP.
Now we have a face mask, machine washable. So it's like your typical face mask with some blood splatter on it. And then we have field control unit standardized model. So same thing. It's like the radio with you know little side
Field
thing.
control unit. So I'm wondering if this is what's used to control the creation. Like
Ooh, good shout.
maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. Forbidden ciphers, which is another one. I think from this season. I think this is the first version.
Well, there was the
Leaderboard
other
has, or was
ciphers
it?
on that big one. What was that? It was a ciphers as well on the machine
Oh,
gun.
sorry, it was the
Oh,
MGV
forbidden
has it.
ciphers on here, and then the machine
Yeah,
gun had
no, that's the
what?
occultist.
Oh,
It,
it
yeah,
wasn't
the
called
M.
ciphers. You're right. It was just called
Yeah,
occultist. You're right.
so
Okay.
so you
Yeah.
get it with the MGV. So now you're getting it with the VSS. Now you have permanent protection again, retrofitted. Uh,
A little
Kind
bit
of
more
looks,
worse for wear than the
yeah,
original
a
one.
little worse from where a little bit more blood coming out of the bolts.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next, flesh sculptor amputator. So this one is a different variation. Uh, it looks like the I want to so in French it's called the tablier. So like the thing in the front. God, what's it in English? Doc, I need words.
Apron? Like
Apron. Yes, tablier
okay.
in French is apron. So anyways, that's like a leather brown. It looks like.
Yeah.
And then same thing. You have a lot of the same tools. You got the cleaver again. Uh, it's actually pretty cool. It's creepy, but I
Yeah.
like it.
No, it's a good. It's a and then get another XP boost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we get Dead Man's Helmet, Unknown Soldier. So just the next version of that.
Yep.
Another, yeah, with the same thing. Then you get a Scarecrow mask, Burlap mask. That one's probably gonna be pretty popular. I think that's a nice one.
It's like the Batman Scarecrow. I
Yeah.
think I love it.
One
Actually,
of the versions. Yeah. Yeah. Very similar. And then you get like a riveted on attitude adjuster, steel gap or gag. I should say not gap, gag.
yeah.
I wonder if it. I don't know if it will. Well, maybe if it affects like when you have this on, like what your voice sounds like when you're trying to emote. You know,
Oh,
if you go,
probably.
hey, there's a or like something
Oh
like
my
that.
god,
I'm
that'd be
curious.
awesome. Well, it's like
Yeah,
it wouldn't surprise me because like you have the breathing that's affected when you have like a
and
mask and what.
yeah,
Would not
it
surprise
affects your sound and stuff. Yeah. You get occultist for the lock Chiave,
me. Yeah.
and then the next version of malediction for monstrous. This one's looking
This
pretty
one's
cool.
cool. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one's
and it has like the mask or like the front of it is like the monster face with no eyes.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then yeah, the pentagram's totally. It's not even a pentagram anymore. Well, yeah, it's totally different now with
Yeah.
the runes.
I
That's pretty
need
cool.
so if anyone's listening or watching, I would love information on this kind of stuff. Please inform
Yeah.
us. And
And
then
then you get X,
yeah,
XP and more crowns. Yeah.
yeah. And it should be noted, the crown distribution is different this season, but it's still the same amount. Like you still get 700, but it is distributed uh more heavily at stages instead of like little bits here and there type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have corroded with the FG42,
We
which
did see
is
some more skins for that gun, yeah, because it's
yeah,
still fairly new.
it is like pretty cool. I'm digging this corroded
Mm-hmm.
one. Assembled the face paint. This I love because it literally looks like the whole
Oh,
face was
wow.
like stitched together.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and the
You know,
one eye is
obviously,
whited out.
yeah, all like one eye is completely circled, and then there's like some going around the cheek, and down to the mouth, and then to the chin. Then the other side, like you said, the eyes kind of like whited out, and there's stitching going from the eye. Next, we have electrode rig as standard procedure. So it's like a helmet with like a bunch of electrodes. And fun fact, thanks to all the other Vigor partners, uh, Wardog, and I think Christopher Bees made a video too, where so this is actually reactive. So if you emote, and apparently certain emotes will actually like activate the electrodes, so you'll actually see electricity
Yeah,
um,
and they showed
going
some of
off.
that in the trailer preview too.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
but it's
cool.
like I actually wondered when I saw that. Um, I was like, oh my god, did they actually do that, or is that just like some
Yeah.
kind of add on that's just in the trailer type thing? But no, apparently certain emotes will actually activate it. Next, we have Flesh Sculptor, Reanimator. It's a darker apron with like a little bit more blood, I find,
Mhm.
but still very cool. I really like this skin.
Yeah.
And then at level 45, we have the plan for the Taiga 21.
So,
Uh,
it's a level later than this last season because it's level 40.
yeah,
You got the FG42.
yeah, uh, yeah, and it's always been like later in which
Yep.
honestly I think makes sense. And then we have 30% XP booster. Then
Then we
bring it
get the
home, dog.
Sadist's mask in brown. So, yeah, this is like the second one we've seen of this one, I
Yep,
think. Yeah.
yep.
Um, Forbidden Ciphers for the bugle.
I think this one's going to be popular.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. It's a nice one. Next, another version of the Bag o' Bones showpiece. It's cool that they added a bunch more Bag o' Bones because it really does kind of fit with this season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And then here's the one: hand injury, urgent treatment. We have the broken
Uh,
pinky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's is a gross. Like the other hand's fine, but it's like
The other hand,
the
yeah, they're
the pinky on
bandaged
the
up.
left hand is like, "Bleh." Oh my god.
Don't look at
It,
it too much. Yeah.
mm-mm.
And then you get the final. It almost looks like a predator face in a way, but
Almost.
almost. But the final badge, and it's just it's very pretty. And then you get, oh yeah, and it's like a swirl kind of pattern. You got, oh, it almost, it's a swirl, but it also almost looks like um what's the
Yin and yang.
no, the cube. I'm thinking of the cubes from the horror movie franchise Hellraiser.
Oh, okay.
It has that
Yeah, I
kind
don't.
of feel to it. Yeah.
I'm a scaredy cat. I don't
uh
watch a lot of scary movies.
I went and saw the art house theater here is doing a horror festival right now, and they showed Friday the 13th part 3 in 3D, and they had the original 3D. They got Paramount released a new version of it, and they had like the old style, red and blue glasses
Mm.
you had to put on.
Yep.
So it's all janky 3D. It was great. I went and saw that last night. I had so much
Nice.
fun. Yeah. And then they show on the free tier, you get the final version of Project Rebirth Magnum Opus. You get the final
Yeah.
version of that. It looks good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a fun skin. I really like the skins this season. The
Yep.
outfits, I should say.
Uh,
Outfit
it,
skins. Yeah.
Anyone who is like a Halloween fan, I feel like you are going to enjoy it.
Yep. For sure.
And then I did a little bit of research quickly. Uh, to finish the battle pass, you're going to need roughly like 4 million. Hold on, where's the spreadsheet here? Like four
Oh,
million 150,000 points or something, XP points. Um,
what's that ticket at level 46? Is it just a standard XP boost ticket? Is that what that is?
that's a double XP.
Oh, that's a double XP when you get at 46. That's
Yep,
nice. There we go.
yep,
Because that's like that lasts for 24 hours when you use that.
yep,
And that's for all game modes, I think, or it's
yep.
pretty much anything you do. Yeah. So just like a
It
double.
yeah, it
Yeah.
says at the bottom,
Hmm.
XP for all game modes for
Oh,
24 hours.
nice. So that's really sweet because that's a was that a couple hundred crowns, I think, or okay. Well, we'll see when we look at
Yep,
tickets, but it's a pricey ticket, so that's really worth it.
yep.
Nice. Okay, so that's the battle pass. Next we're just going to show you the Taiga 21. Um, did you want to bring that up here quickly without showing anything? Okay, we're good. We didn't show anything. We're
Oh, yep.
good.
So bring it up.
Yeah.
So there it is.
So it's the gold
Yep.
tier, special tier shotgun.
Do you want to take it?
Oh no, go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So special issue, as Doc was saying. Why doesn't it show? Oh, I
This is
guess I
not
have to
showing.
be here. So
Oh, gotcha.
crafting table 10 requires just under 44,000 materials to craft, and it'll take 12 hours to craft. It has two firing modes because it is fully auto. So there's a single fire and full auto. Base damage is 12, which all the other shotguns are
There's
actually
13 there.
12. Or sorry, the base damage is 13. All the other shotguns are 12 as base damage. The rate of fire is 340. The muzzle speed, which is distance, it's actually lower than quite a few of them. It's 375, so it's a shorter range. Capacity is 12, and it's like a drum as well. And the weight is 3.5, I guess, kilograms, pounds.
I guess they never really say what it is, but it must
Yeah,
you yeah, you would think it'd be kilograms. And it uses 7 parts, so you need 7 parts to make it.
yeah. So, uh, it sounds
Wow.
very beefy. Uh, it makes a lot of noise. You have a lot of muzzle flash. If I'll just like pull the trigger and not hold the stick to control it. So it pops and it moves quite a bit.
Yeah, a
Um,
lot of lift to it.
but
It's not
I
too bad a reload speed too.
no, the reload's actually pretty good. I find.
Yeah.
Um, in my mind, I think this is going to be like a skilled player's weapon because similar to the SVU, where you have a small magazine drum size, uh, but it is going to pack a punch. Um, so I think is going to be useful in the right hands.
Mhm.
I don't think it'll be for everyone because I don't think people will be able to spray and pray as much with this weapon because of the size of the drum. It should also be noted too. We actually have a new weapon or an ammo type for it. They're called combat shells.
Oh, it's a
Um,
different shell.
yeah, so it's actually a slug instead of, I guess, a buckshot.
Mm.
Um, so it's
Okay.
like a purple ammunition.
Oh, I didn't realize that. So that's cool. So
Yeah,
then, yeah, so like with the buckshot, you get a pretty big spread, and so this you won't get that at all. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and I'll just show, I guess, in first person what it looks like. So it is pretty cool. I'm a little curious as to like the last few seasons. It's like we've gotten like military grade or special issue. It's like are we always going to get higher tier weapons? Because like the unfortunately the way it is, the community is always kind of like oh, it's they want something high end, I guess, every season. So maybe
Yeah, I
that's why I'm
guess.
trying to do it.
It's been a long time since we've had something lower tier because originally when the Ravnica came out, it was lower tier, but then it got bumped up.
Yep.
And I can't think of anything else that's come out that's been lower tier in a while.
Well, like, yeah, I think after the Rafka, I think the Gal was after that. Um,
Yeah, okay. There was the Gal.
but yeah, it
That's rare.
kind of been few and far between, I guess it
Yeah.
seems. But anyways, yeah. So that's the Taiga 21. Oh, and another thing too. Unlike all the other shotguns, it does not have the stun effect.
Oh, it does have knockback. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well, that'll be good. That'll help combat some of the because if it had knockback, it'd be too OP probably.
yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said,
If you survive being hit by,
yeah.
you know,
You you need to hit your shots. That's the thing, right?
yeah.
Like I said, it is a small drum, so uh, you're definitely going to get punished if you miss too many shots.
Hmm. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Nice. And
So,
then so next we want to show or talk about the new leaderboards.
oh,
Is that
okay,
something you can show here?
yep.
Okay, right
Uh,
there. Okay.
so, you want me to talk about them, or I?
Yeah, well, yeah, I haven't seen them, so it'd be easier
Okay.
for you to talk about them.
So new leaderboards, very exciting. Been asking for this for some time. And if
Yes.
if you search Reddit, uh, like probably like 2.5 years ago, I actually kind of like threw out an idea similar to this, except for like the weekly was not there. I wanted seasonals,
Yeah.
and they haven't actually said if you were going to get anything, but I would love to see like a title or some kind of reward for being like in a certain range type thing at the top for seasonals. But anyways, we have weekly, seasonal, and lifetime leaderboards for every game mode. So we have encounters, eliminations, and shootout. They track obviously different stats. So if we look at the encounter weekly stats, like obviously all the other ones are going to like have the same ones, but
Right.
you also have matches survived, which is new from before. KD, which is different from KPE, which is also
Right.
still being tracked. You still have your loot value per match. You now have your headshots. You have HP healed.
Oh wow, okay.
You have
Threat.
this one was like very, very popular as a request, become a threat.
Yeah.
You now also have killed a threat.
Oh, nice.
So those are your encounter categories.
And there's a
Uh,
skill rating too, which is new.
yeah.
Like, they never would have had a skill rating before.
So
Yeah.
the skill rating, this is it's been not necessarily a hot topic, but there was definitely some questions from myself and some of the other partners about it. It has nothing to do with matchmaking. They said there
Right.
is no skill based matchmaking. This is just a way to measure yourself against other Outlanders. Because like a lot of people, it's like, oh, like whoever has the most kills is the best player, or like whoever has the best survival rate has the best is the best player. Like this is just a way, uh, I guess, to measure yourself against other Outlanders. Um, we don't know what the formula is. We did ask, but they don't want to kind of divulge it because they don't want people to kind of like just focus on one area type thing.
Right.
Um, so like honestly, I it's hard to tell because like I haven't been able to get into encounter with another partner, so it's like I go in and I come out alive, and it's like I get a +1 every time. So uh, it'll be interesting to see what the stats are and if someone actually figures out what the formula is. But I think it's kind of neat. It's an interesting choice to add if you're not doing like a skill based matchmaking. But again, it's kind of neat if you're actually just measuring people and seeing um, how people are going to rank up.
Yeah.
rate. Eliminations, I was not able to get into any actual elim matches, so I won't be able to show you any of the stats. But I would imagine, again, you have the basic ones: headshots, wins.
Probably similar kind of stuff that you see when you're in Lemons now and you see the leaderboard or a
Yeah,
little
capture the
match
flags.
results. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then shootout. Shootout, you have shootout played, kills per shootout, your KD, headshots, consumable kills,
Oh, okay.
total score from, I guess, all your games of shootout, and your highest score, which
Oh,
I think
cool.
that one's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then again, like seasonal and lifetime, I don't believe I don't believe we got an answer if like your stats are going to like carry over, like especially like for shootout and limbs. It's like they if they weren't tracking them before, obviously you're not going to be able to get them carried over.
Right.
But I'm assuming a lot of the lifetime ones for encounters are going to be able to port over.
Yeah.
We're just not 100% sure. Um, and I did ask the question, but I'm still waiting for an answer. Is we have a title for called Traveler, which is distance traveled.
Mhm.
Um, I was just wondering if that would be like something that would be on the leaderboards because uh, I I don't know. I actually see quite a few requests just for like somewhere to be able to see your stats as to like where you're at
Yeah, because I've
distance
been on
travel.
like Traveler 3 or something like that forever. And I was
Yeah.
like, have I? And I know there are people who are farther than me, have higher ranks, but I figure I should have passed. You would think by now. It'd be nice to know how many you've
Yeah.
actually traveled. Yeah,
Yeah. And I know at one point it wasn't tracking properly, but
yeah. They had
like
to stop it for a little bit. That was
I
like well a long time ago. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it'd be interesting to see that stat anyways. But yeah, and I'd love to know viewers, listeners, is there any stat from the new leaderboards that is missing that you would like to have seen, or what are your thoughts on the new leaderboards? I think it's a great idea. It's
yeah,
been asked for by the community for some time, and I find it's a big change, and I'm curious if this is going to help retain some veteran players as the season progresses, because a lot of people they'll finish the battle pass and then or the seasonals or both, and then they'll stop playing, right? So I wonder if that's like a carrot on the end of the stick that might keep them for whatever reason, because they might be wanting to be number one in airdrops, kills, or whatnot. So
right, right. And I'm curious. Well, because if you look at stats now, there'll be some where there are some names at the top that um sort of they got to the point where they're recording and they made sure they had these huge, I think maybe it's like loot values or something like that. I don't know what it is, but there's like some names that are obviously ones. Not I'm not talking about kills. It's like one of those other ones.
yeah,
Um where you're wondering if they've done anything about those weird accounts that were ever
I
just used just to get to the
I
top.
I believe I could be wrong, but I believe the minimum games played uh grows. So it's not like, you know, 5 games will get you on like the lifetime board or seasonal board.
Right.
So,
Mm, okay. Yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously the weekly one will get reset at the end of the week anyways, so
That's kind of neat, a weekly one. And yeah, I never even thought of a weekly one, so that's neat. Weekly and seasonal is pretty
I
cool.
I just thought it would be a lot of work to like have a board reset it, and it's like is the historical data from the weekly leaderboards retained. So like is there a way for me to go look at like season week 2 of this season? How did I
Mm,
do? Where did I rank up, or where did
yeah.
I end up?
That might
I'm
be
kind of
something.
curious.
And what happens when you hit more info? You may not see anything because there's no one else, but
No, it just gives you
oh, it
like
just brings you the.
yeah.
So do they not have where you're comparing against other people anymore?
Yeah, it'll
Remember
be
you?
on the right hand side.
Oh, it will be. So when you go
Yeah.
over the top of something, it'll show on the right hand side.
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
so.
okay, that's why it's not showing. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
because it says your
interesting.
leaderboard position, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
there's some measure against other
Hmm.
people. So,
Yeah, cool. Well, no, that's neat. I'm looking forward to seeing that next season for sure.
yeah, and
Cool.
I
Awesome.
love the way that they tease this because so if anyone had the is subscribed to the Vigor newsletter, uh, which came out early October, at the bottom of it there was an animated GIF or GIF, however you want to say it, and it's basically like Bill Canton. You see a nuclear bomb drop, and then you have like a newspaper that like basically like gets thrown towards the
Mm,
camera, and then if you actually like freeze frame it properly, it says like leaderboards reworked, more stats tracked, or something along those lines.
great. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's the new leaderboard. So yeah, I look forward to that. We've already mentioned that there's the new elimination maps on Myren, so we'll see fully what they are when they come out.
yeah. But
Um,
you
yeah,
do you
go
want to
ahead.
show the clip?
Yeah, we can show the clip. Sure, we have a clip we can show you here. I'll just toggle this for a second, and then this is the showing you what the new buildings. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So this clip is a little preview of showing what the buildings are going to be like when you go inside them.
yeah. So this was teased basically around the anniversary event, or the anniversary dev stream, if I'm not mistaken, where they said, yeah, you're going to be able to go inside the buildings, um,
You can see little
and
catwalks across the top
yeah,
on
there
some of these
there are a
rooms.
lot of nooks and crannies, spots that you could get in and basically like overlook the main areas type thing, in both buildings. So it'll be interesting. You have a lot
Yeah,
of
comm station can be inside now over
yeah,
here.
yeah. You're going to get like a lot of things inside, like the lock boxes, phones.
It's kind of cool. This one has the oil change ditch, or whatever you
Yeah,
call it, the trench.
yeah. Um, it's neat because there's like one has like kind of like I want to say like a crane type thing,
Mm,
and you actually have a phone inside of the crane. Um,
that's cool.
so yeah, it's kind of neat. You could still access the roof from like the previous ways from the season 16 and before when Myron came out, but now there's new ways through the building. And if you're a sniper, if you want to like just kind of like hide on the inside and look out and maybe snipe at someone, you can definitely do that.
Yeah.
So it's neat. There's a lot of neat spots in there. It's intriguing. I believe it's the red building, like the first one I went into. If you
Yeah.
go to like the far right of the building, uh, there's windows that you can't even open. So it's like you definitely don't want to get
Oh,
stuck in
okay.
there.
Yeah.
They're like solid panes. But aside from
Right.
that,
So if you might have a hard time getting away from somebody if you're thinking, oh, I'll just go through the window. Yeah,
yeah. Uh, so you just need to be careful.
for sure. And this is the building too. When you go upstairs, that has like a little sort of like crawl way just between a couple of rooms. Bathroom in case you need to go. A bunch of lockers, which may or may not have stuff in them at some point. It's hard to say because they've been putting a lot of parts in lockers recently, so that could be interesting. And I think it's right around here, in one of these rooms here that has a little crawlway. Thought it was right there, but I guess not. Okay. Remember when you were doing this earlier, so that's why I'm trying to remember where things were. Oh, here it is. Okay. Little Heidi crawlway between rooms. Yeah, But no, it's they did a really good job with these buildings. I really like it. You're muted.
Yeah, they did a very good job. Like there's a bunch of nooks and crannies, and the way you could access the roof. I really like it.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Yeah, so that's what the new borders like that's on the NATO border side, and that what the building's going to be like, and if they have a elimination map around there, that could be really interesting. Being
Yeah.
able to go into those buildings, and yeah, so they might. Uh, if they have both buildings in there, you got to figure the maps or the flag's probably going to be in the middle of those two buildings, which would be a really dangerous spot.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you can't really run through the buildings from one side to the other. So yeah, it's probably going to be in the middle.
you would
Um,
think. Yeah,
yeah, and then obviously like the border crossing is probably going to be one. And then I kind of wonder if where like the DayZ building is, if that's going to be a map, or like where it's like very rocky just north of that, if that'll
right.
be a new arena map. But
Yeah.
either way, it's exciting. What if they incorporate the minefields? Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Oh, that would be kind of neat. Yeah, having
Yeah,
the minefields right in the middle and have the flag around the minefields. Oh,
yeah. Oh my god,
that'd
I
be neat.
wish.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I wish I was able to get into like some elimination games just so I'd be able to see what the maps are. But that would be amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Next, booster tickets. Do we want to show those off?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to your screen here. So these are the booster tickets.
Yes. So I guess I'll talk about it. Uh,
Yeah.
you have two different types of booster tickets. You have personal tickets, which only affect yourself, and then there are lobby tickets, which obviously affect the lobby of which whatever the game modes are. In the store under general, you'll see booster tickets, and then it's sectioned off by personal tickets and lobby tickets. And then the first one, it's called double XP ticket. So basically, you get double XP for up to 24 hours. Uh, if you buy multiple and you could apply multiple, it'll actually like stack the hours. So it's like, let's say you use like two tickets, that means you'll have 48 hours. But I
Oh,
honestly, I don't know if you'd want to do that because you want to make sure you're maximizing your play time, right? So if you know
yeah.
for like a full day, it's like boom, I'm going to be playing, use one ticket. Um,
Yeah.
but otherwise, use the tickets whenever you feel like.
So three
Um,
tickets are 240 crowns.
yeah,
So that's
you get
like 80 crowns a ticket. Okay.
yeah, and it's basically like so it's for in Canadian dollars, it's like 750, I think it is, for the 3 pack. But
Okay.
obviously, the more you buy, like the greater the discount.
Yeah.
Because like 5 is like 340, and then 10 is
Hmm.
540. Um, and then next we have double parts tickets. So uh, double the amount of weapons and consumable parts retrieved from encounters with double discounted or with the discounted double parts of bundles. So same thing, you would apply this ticket before you go into an encounter, and then you get basically it will double uh, your parts for both weapons and consumables, and you'll actually see it on your exit screen too. It applies like um the math, I guess, right there on the exit screen.
Yeah.
So it won't actually show up within the encounter. It's once you exit, and on the exit screen, it'll actually show you there.
This will be
Double. Oh,
bro, if you're trying to get the buried cash, if you're like aiming for the buried cash, I'd be it's that's so hard to guarantee, but you get so many good parts out of the buried cash that it'd be awesome if you had that running at the same time.
like the seasonal challenge that requires you to like
Yeah.
leave with a full loadout of like parts,
Parts.
like that would probably definitely help.
Yeah.
And then next one, double resource tickets. So basically, you're doubling any resource that you do pick up within an encounter, and you safely return.
What if that
It does.
affects XP or no?
Uh, no, I don't believe it does.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Wardog actually did it in an encounter. Um, so go check out his video and
Yeah, check out Word Out. We'll put links to the other
yeah,
videos as well.
yes,
But I'm kind of yeah, it'd be interesting because yeah, like right now, if you're trying to get XP, resources are a really good way. Especially the higher tier resources.
yes,
Glass actually is usually the best, but based on stack and
yeah.
everything, that's why
Uh,
I'd be really curious if this affects that or not.
and
Yeah.
I did notice in his video that it did not apply to food, which makes sense because it's technically not a resource. It's just food.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and with food, even regularly, you get XP for picking it up, but not for retrieving it.
Yeah.
Um, and you don't get any kind of loot value out of it. So
Yep. And then we go off to the lobby tickets. So obviously, the better crate, you boost in the crate. Again, you get discounts on buying bundles. So it's cheaper than actually doing it within an encounter.
yeah, so it's
Uh,
not 30 per. Yeah,
yeah, it's so yeah, you're getting a discount of, oh my god, quick math.
because it's 20 cheaper because it'd be like 150
Yeah,
if it was normally 30.
yes, exactly.
Um, yeah, so like 4 crowns per. So it's like 26 crowns, I guess.
Yeah. So better crate, more loot, the same price makes sense. And then insurance makes sense. The math actually makes sense too because it's 260, which is double the price of what the other boosters are.
Yep.
And then you have uh this is the better tickets for the shootout.
Okay.
So you're boosting the rewards for shootout, and then you have the boosters for eliminations. So this is your scoring uh, and the loadout ticket.
Oh, you get like 25 is the lowest. Okay. That's a lot
Yep.
of tickets. And at least this way, you're not wasting tickets. Like you only, you're
Yes.
always like before you buy like 5 tickets, if you don't use them all, then you lose with the ones you bought. Now
Yes.
it's
So for the lobby tickets, when you go into an encounter or like shootout, basically what happens is in the bottom right, instead of showing the crown amount, if you have actual tickets, uh, that's how um,
I
you're
can
actually
show
going to.
that
Oh,
here.
sure.
If I go to the next one here, it shows you the double XP event. Is that what you mean?
No, no, no. When you're in an encounter, like when you
Oh,
go to buy, like the better crate or more loot, if you own one of those tickets, it'll actually show a ticket symbol instead of like the crowns. So you're going to use your tickets before you use crowns. That's
gotcha.
all it is.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I
um
was got confused there for a second.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think that's all most of what we need to talk about for the booster tickets. If there is a double XP event, your double XP ticket, uh, I believe they get paused. They won't stack. It
Mm.
doesn't 100%. It will not stack. But I do believe either they're going to stop you from using it, or they're going to pause the countdown for it.
So if you
I
had
don't.
one active out when it started, it pauses it until the event's
Yeah, I'm
over.
not 100% sure, but
We hope.
it basically like you're not going to be able to use it at the same time.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Okay.
so
Well, that makes sense.
yeah. And then again, so if you're basically on your main menu, if you look just next to game modes, you have your tickets here, and then this is where you would activate it for your
Mm.
personal tickets, right? So
Yep.
your double XP or double parts, double resource, because you have to basically pick it before you go.
Yeah.
And then in the lobby, uh, this is just like how many you own. It's like almost like your inventory. And then you activate it obviously once you're in a game at the loading screen or in the lobby screen.
Oh, I see. I get it now. So personal tickets, you activate before going in. Lobby tickets are just like now, instead of using
Yeah.
booster like crowns, or you.
So you
I get.
basically,
Yeah.
yeah. So you basically, if you're going to use like a personal ticket for like double the resources,
Yeah.
uh, you may want to already have like your more loot uh tickets, or even just boost in the encounter, right? Just so you're increasing the odds of you like maxing out your loot type thing.
Yeah,
Um,
getting the best of everything, and then potentially having an insurance ticket
mhm.
so you can get it all out if you get killed. Yeah.
Yeah. It, it is another monetization thing, but it's not like forced upon you. You don't have to do it. You do get a slight discount. It is a free game, so they do have to generate revenue. I I don't necessarily think it's like pay to win. It makes it a lot easier though to like upgrade your shelter, obviously, because the
It can.
doubling of like resources and
Yep.
parts and whatnot. And then again, like we were talking about eliminations last week or last episode, like I'm not a fan of that. So now it's like
Yeah.
you're able to get a discount for that. Uh, but
Yeah,
it's not
and
a bad idea, I don't think. But
it, like most of these aren't much, just a little bit cheaper way of getting it that way. And yeah, they're making you, not making you, but you're buying in bulk, but then it's like, okay, you always have it ready to go if you want to use it in an encounter kind of thing, right? So yeah, I have no problems with it. I kind of like it. Um, and it might incentivize people, and myself included, to actually use them a bit more, to buy them and use them, especially like when you have a chance to do double XP whenever you need or want. Like half the time when they have a double XP weekend, I'm busy that weekend, right?
yeah,
So I don't get to fully take advantage of it. But
yeah,
now, like if I have a week where I know, okay, I'm going to be slow this week, I don't have much going on in the evenings, I could use a double XP,
yeah,
to try to cover a couple streams or whatever, right? And yeah, I would
yeah.
totally do it. Just
And
yeah,
yeah, I think that's where that double XP personal ticket came from. Is like you look at any like double XP like social media post that they put out, is like you have like half the people complaining like, oh, like I'm working, or it's like, why is it during the week, or why is it on the weekends? It's like they're never going to make everyone happy because
no.
like
And now, and this still won't make people happy because, oh, now I got to spend crowns to get double XP.
yeah,
Well, no, you don't have to, but
no,
you have an option to do it. And if you really want to get some levels going,
yeah,
it's not that bad. It's not that expensive.
yeah, you could basically decide when you're going to have double XP, and it's like
Hmm.
they're still going to have double XP events and like booster
Booster
apocalypses and everything.
apocalypses, yeah.
So it's like the yeah, like I'm kind of fine with it all. So
Yep.
it makes people happy, or I hope it makes people happy that they basically can have double XP whenever they want.
Yep.
Because it's like you're not going to buy like a ton of double XP tickets. I don't think. I feel like you might buy like a couple really, just in case you miss like a double XP event, or maybe towards the end of the season. Because like this season 16, we had 4 double XP weekends. Like that is insane. Like that is the most I think
Is there
since I've
four?
ever played. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh
Jeez.
and part of it had to do with like the anniversary event.
That's
And
true.
I
Yeah.
think the fact too that the season was under 3 months. Um, I think that kind of like gave another reason to like basically give another double XP event. So like like we're probably going to get another 2 or 3 like in season 17, I would assume, and go back to the standard, and then along with like the booster apocalypses for either any of the game modes. So
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so yeah, that's tickets. Next, we'll show you what they've done with encounter exits. Um, so that's just another little clip we'll play for you here. But basically, on your maps now, they have a new symbol for exits. instead of looking like the little camping symbol, it now looks like a house.
Yeah.
And for locked exits, it actually shows you the type of resource you need
Yeah.
to open that exit, which is kind of handy. And they've also, I guess, when you get close to an exit where they have the painting saying, this is the exit, it also looks like
The
that
new
symbol now
symbol.
too.
Yeah.
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 So that's kind of
And
cool. That's pretty cool.
yeah, like when it's a locked exit too, like it doesn't tell you exactly how many you need either. It just shows you like the resource type. Um,
Yeah.
Again, this is something geared more towards like the newer players, which like to me it was always like an incentive to like learn the maps, and just this kind of like makes it a little easier for them. But if you want to, I guess, help grow the game and whatnot, you need to, I guess, be you know
And really, for the most
easy.
part, like most maps are pretty simple. Like if they have a locked exit, it's like Victorison has 2 locked exits. One's electronics, one's wire. Right? It's you
Yeah,
after you've played it a couple times, you know these things. For if it's a dock, quite often it's always been fuel, but then
yeah.
on battery, there's
A-
a couple others as well. Yeah,
Anything with a boat is like
yeah.
a
Anything
dock
with
with a
a
boat is fuel.
a dock with a boat is fuel, but then they have like boats that are not in docks, and they could be like on this one, it's like
Electronics, yeah,
electronics, and the other
or
one's
wire.
wire. Yeah. But yeah, it's neat that they give this little extra symbology. The changing from the camping symbol to the house symbols, whatever.
Yeah.
It's nice, but it's not really relevant to much. It's okay.
Yeah. And
Um,
apparently, who was it? Dizzy and Tiny, I believe, maybe even War Dog. Uh, but the middle exit in Grondheim, apparently it's bugged. So if someone actually breaks the ladder, it doesn't actually show up on the map that it's broken. So just
oh,
Outlanders beware of that middle exit. Another reason to hate that middle exit and
and
always avoid
again,
it.
this is in the preview build, so
Yeah.
it may not be the same in the production build, or hopefully they fixed it if it is by the time it goes live, right?
Yep.
And then last thing I think we really have to show is when you finish your encounter, your exit screen looks a little different now.
Yes.
So we can just show you the screenshots for that, just so you can see just how they look a little different. It shows you like consumables, parts, food that you've collected, weapons.
And
Um,
then the big thing is you will not see your killer stats. So you'll see who killed you, but uh,
yeah,
you
interesting. You won't see the stats, so I guess that means you won't
but
even
that's the
see like
thing
their.
is there is literally no benefit to showing your killer stats. Like, what is the point of it? There's literally nothing. The only thing
Actually,
that comes of it,
you always hear what you always hear is like, oh, this guy's is like a green code, like they have no kills, and so
but
they
that's
figure
not a
there's some kind
benefit.
of
That's
no.
actually a reason
It,
to not have it.
yeah, it's because people get it like so uptight about it, right? Like they
Yes,
think, oh, the game's like rigged because they got the newbie shield or
yes,
they got
and
the whatever, right?
yeah, but exactly, it's not even a benefit. There's no benefit to it. Like, there's no reason to show a person stats that killed you. There literally nothing. And it's like the thing I would love to do, like I like it because like I hope he gets rid of this like ridiculous like noob shield and all this stuff. Talk is like, oh
It,
look, this
it won't,
person
but
killed me. They have like
yeah,
10 encounters played, and this is why I died. It's like, no, it's
instant
not.
headshot from this noob or whatever.
So
Yeah, yeah.
what I would love to see is like give me like what weapon they killed me with and distance. Give me something like that with
That
the
would
name.
be actually good stats to know.
Don't give
Yeah.
me like I don't care about their kills, KPE, KD, uh loot value per encounter. I don't care about any of those stats. Give me those stats. Weapon, distance.
And, does it show the person who killed you anymore, like the actual person? Like it
I
does. Do
believe
they still do those stupid emotes? That's what I'm wondering. Like when they
maybe.
kill
I
you,
honestly don't know.
it
I haven't
emotes or
been in
whatever.
an encounter against someone.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Murdogs,
hard to tell with the previews.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's hard to
hmm,
align time with other partners, so Uh,
especially when they're like over the pond or whatever. Yeah.
well, no, even ones in North America, I was not
Yeah.
able to connect. So,
Yeah. There we go.
but yeah,
But it's cool that they've been tweaking stuff and making these
yes,
changes.
yes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. They're like cosmetic wise. You know, I can't show the store right now, but there's like different variations on like some existing ones. Again, like just like other seasons.
Yeah.
Um, I think if there's anything else, but I think that's the bulk of it.
Okay. No, that's great.
Oh,
So,
we forgot
oh,
to mention Xbox Game Pass Ultimate Perk, Deer Stalker Pack. I don't know if we mentioned that at the start. Uh,
we mentioned it when we were
but
going through the list that was on what's new in season 7. We did
okay,
mention the new packs. Yeah.
but that
And
should
yeah.
launch with the season
Yeah.
the same day. And so it's another reason why you should have a Game Pass Ultimate because it is always cool. I believe season 16, I think PlayStation got one, if I'm not mistaken. So now it's our turn on Xbox.
Yeah. I know, I think you're right. I can't remember what it was, but there was something.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, but that's season 17, Malediction, coming out right away. A couple days after this episode drops. So um check it out for sure. Let us know what you're thinking in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe, but then also in the comments, let us know what you're thinking about this new season. I knew that, and there's always talk about when it's like a military season, everyone's like, "Oh, I love the military stuff." But then it really seemed this season, and I don't know if it's, I'm not blaming the military stuff. This season it's really seemed to, like, after the first early part of the season, it seemed like everything quieted down a lot. Um,
Yeah.
like in the encounters, you weren't rarely getting full lobbies. Sometimes it took a long time to get into even some of the more popular maps. There were still maps that went really quickly, but there were times, I think it was trying to, what was it? I think it was even last night. I was trying to get into Anakin, I think it was, and it went like 5, 6 minutes. I canceled out of it, started again, and went another 4 or 5 minutes. I didn't get into it. And it's like, what is this?
And yeah, anything above 4 you cancel out and restart. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and I
unfortunately
canceled
happened
out.
quite a bit.
I went to a whole different map and then got in right away. So it was
Uh,
odd for sure.
one thing, another reason why you guys, anyone should sign up for the Vigor newsletter.
Mm,
Booster Apocalypse, October 30th to the or November 2nd. So right after the season drops, there will be a Booster Apocalypse for encounters.
there we
And
go.
then they gave like a teaser of like some of the Halloween cosmetics in there too.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the, well, if there's anything new coming, for like they've been doing, the store has had a bunch of Halloween cosmetics cycling through it
Yep,
and that kind of thing. It'd be kind of cool if they added anything new, but if they don't, there's still some really good stuff cycling through. So
yep.
I'm not too
And if
upset
you
about
see something new and it's full price, wait till it comes around the second time because there's always a discount the second time.
it. Yeah,
Shh.
we didn't hear it here. No. But yeah, that was awesome. Thanks. And yeah, this is a week late because we wanted to make sure we could
Yep,
coincide with the new launch. Um, so thanks for sticking with us and checking out the video. And yeah, we've already said, please like, share, and subscribe. So
yep.
until next time, I'm Dr. Anton.
And I'm DJ Spencer.
Stay safe in the Outlands and have a great Halloween.
Yep.
All right.
Ooh.
Ooh. Good night.
I've heard you say you lost your way, lost your way again. You don't see your end. flame, flame up your dream. I know you'll find your way. You must be calm anyway. Grab your chance and flame, flame up your